It's my Xbox. This is my personal Xbox. You would have seen this in one of my more recent videos where I went over the homebrew hacking and whatnot on the Xbox. And you might have even seen this in one of my ultra ancient videos where I tried to make it quieter by re-lubricating the fan, except that shit did not work at all. It's still loud as hell. So today we're gonna be fixing that. But we're not gonna be fixing only that. You see, this guy is old. I'm pretty sure it's a 1.0 Xbox. Ugh. From back in the Stone Age when they were made in Mexico. And he's in need of some love nowadays. So we're gonna be giving this whole thing a once over, gonna be replacing a whole bunch of stuff, including installing a silent GPU heatsink, putting on some epic new little feet that I printed, installing a fat boy 2 terabyte hard drive. And when I say fat, it's not actually that fat, it's just fat because it holds a lot of games. This one is not really a mod, but I thought this was super cool. So you can plug this into one of the controller ports on the front, and it will let you use like a DualShock 4, DualShock 5, or wait, not a DualShock 5, DualSense 5, or an Xbox One or Xbox Series S or X controller on this guy. I was going to look into the X360 converter, and that's kind of a more elegant way to do this because you can mount it internally. And I was trying to find a way to do this internally. There's ways to do it because all the controller ports are just USB. So you can wire this up to one of the controller ports internally, but I didn't want to lose access to all 4 of my controller ports. And it was just a little more than I wanted to commit to right now. So, dongle life. Then we're gonna be opening up the DVD drive and cleaning that guy out. And then a TSOP flash. Because in my video, I recommended doing a TSOP flash. I might as well just put my money where my mouth is at this point because this is just a soft modded Xbox. There's no mod chip. I've never flashed the BIOS or anything. But I'd like to do that. I don't really need to, but you know, I don't need to do any of this. I don't even need to make this video right now. I don't have to even get out of bed. I don't even have to be alive. There's nothing forcing me. The only thing I truly have to do is exist in the grand entropy of this universe because I do not have any control over the laws of physics. So I guess existing is the one thing I have to do. And while I'm doing that, I guess I'll maintain this Xbox. And we're gonna start with the little Xbox feet. That's right, I'm showing off my feet on video, and I'm not even asking for money. I'm just a great guy like that. And the reason I've 3D printed these feet is because the foot situation on the Xbox is kind of lame. I've already lost 2 of them, and it causes my Xbox to do this. And not only that, but in Microsoft's infinite wisdom, they put the screws under the feet. So the more that you have to peel these back to get into this thing, the more that the adhesive just kind of loosens and they fall off. That's what happened to these 2. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and modeled some feet that are about the same height as the originals, except they have this cutout right there for the screws. One more thing that'll make it easier for maintenance in the future. Later. Bye-bye. And if you want to download and 3D print these feet yourself, there will be a link in the description to the download page for them. Ow, holy crap. This just in, hot glue is hot. Okay, so all the feet are installed now. Let's see, does it still rock back and forth? Oh, that's nice. That's the good stuff. Perfect. All right. And I printed these in TPU, so they're still gonna be grippy and keep the console in place, which is nice. Anyway, here's the famous 320 gigabyte IDE hard drive. Wow. This hard drive is still fine. The only reason I'm replacing it is for longevity's sake and speed. The SATA drive should be just a bit faster and it should last a little bit longer because this hard drive is from 2009. So it's only a matter of time before it bites the dust. So I'll be replacing the hard drive on my own terms rather than on that thing's terms if it dies. I don't work for you. I don't work for this hard drive. I'm doing it on my own terms. So on that note, let's get it out. And my DVD drive is actually working just fine, but I figured it wouldn't hurt to open it up and do a little bit of preventative maintenance. It's pretty much just a fact of life at this point that the rubber band that drives the tray will just kind of start slipping. So we're gonna clean that guy up, clean up any other godforsaken debris that found its way in here. So this is where we part ways with the console for a little bit, and we are gonna start with the DVD drive. And I know if I was really putting my money where my mouth is, this would be in the trash right now. But I'm sorry guys, I've got commitment issues. Optical media bad, don't get me wrong, but keeping this thing functional just in case I ever need to use it again, good. So we're gonna do that. Wow, that was convenient. Oh god, that is some human slime if I've ever seen it. That is just doo-doo and pubes all rolled up into one. Absolutely disgusting. Damn Xbox, you live like this? We're gonna fix this thing's problems the same way I fix my problems. Just a gentle application of alcohol. Damn, some of that's kind of really caked in there. There we go, that's looking better. And there should be a way to kind of poke this guy to get the DVD drive to pop up. This feels like I'm causing irreparable harm. This doesn't feel good at all. I know this works. I've done this before. Ah, there we go. Maybe? Come on. There we go. It's actually not all that dirty in here. Give the lens a bit of a clean. I'm also gonna clean up these rails. Don't worry, I'm not just cleaning off all the grease and then not gonna reapply it. That would be stupid. I've got some new silicone grease here. I bought this for my Dreamcast a while ago, and it should do wonders for this too. Okay, very nice. We are re-lubed. Also gonna put a little bit of grease on these gear teeth. And a little bit on this slider rail thing. Then clean up the rubber band. There we go. Got all that junk out. Oh, wow. That alone actually makes it feel a lot better. See if I can fit a wee bit of grease on this gear down here. It's not much, but it'll help. Then a little bit on this gear down here. All right, and that should do it for the most part. I'm sure there's a couple places I didn't quite get, but it's all good. This DVD drive's already working pretty good anyway. Button that back up. Oh, there's a bunch of dirt on the backside of this thing. Glad I caught that. Do not press on this surface. Okay, so that's it for the DVD drive. That is going to bring us back to the sponsor of today's video, PCBWay. What the heck is a PCBWay? PCBWay has services that bridge the gap between your dreams and reality. And since that statement is entirely meaningless, let me give you an example. Say you see an awesome 3D model online that you want to 3D print, but you don't have a 3D printer. Bam, now you do. Trying to solder together something that you need for a project, but you have no idea what you're doing and you screw up the entire thing? PCBWay has you covered. Can't come up with any good ideas yourself, but you still want to mod something? PCBWay has an entire library of community-made projects that you can browse and then order the parts for instantly. They'll even assemble the whole board for you at their factory. I've used PCBWay for a project where I made a gigantic Wii, and the board that I designed came out great. It was just a simple USB power tap to power a fan, but without PCBWay, I would have never been able to make this thing by myself. Check out what PCBWay has to offer at the link in the description, and new users get $5 off their first order. And now, the motherboard. So in a super ancient video that's unlisted at this point, I tried to re-lubricate this fan and it failed. It did not last. It worked for a little bit, but we're gonna be doing something about that permanently today. Let me plug this in real quick and just show you guys what that sounds like. So yeah, that's horrible. I've also been noticing lately that if I kind of wiggle the power cable a little bit while it's on, it shuts off, which is not good. So I may dive into that AC port right there, but this area kind of scares me. The first time I ever shocked myself with 120 volts AC was because I accidentally touched the inside of the power supply while I was doing the Xbox HDM hard drive upgrade. So yeah, I hate all that, but it probably does need to get resoldered. Anyway, at least for now, this fan has to come out. And something that's kind of interesting is that not every one of these Xboxes even has this fan. My older version of the Xbox has this fan because the heatsink is smaller. They started with a tiny heatsink, then they eventually moved on to this bigger one from a later model Xbox. And that's what we're gonna be swapping in, because this one is beefy enough that it doesn't need any active cooling, or at least it gets enough from this fan. So we're gonna swap this one over. And I think it's as simple as just kind of lifting it out. Okay, I'm gonna play it safe. I'm looking this one up. Okay, so it turns out it is best to do it when the heat sinks are warm. I'm gonna give it a little bit of hot air then. Okay, it's pretty warm now. So I guess now you can kind of just like wiggle it free. Oh yeah, this doesn't hurt my fingers or anything. Wow, this guy doesn't want to come up. Oh man, I don't know if I should pry on it or keep on wiggling. Yeah, I'm gonna pry on it just a little bit. Holy crap, dude. Wow, this thing is on there. Oh, there we go. Woo, crusty. Wonderful. Wow, this is crusty. Oh man, the alcohol's even hardly doing anything. Wow, didn't do anything. Okay, we're gonna bring in the big guns. Holy crap. I'm gonna heat it back up a little bit. Wow, this is remarkably on there. I kind of don't know what to do. Normally with something this stuck, I'd use Goo Gone, but I don't know if that's safe to do on the board. So I guess I'm just gonna keep scrubbing. Kind of getting somewhere. It is so tacky. God damn, it just comes off in globs. Okay, I'm gonna make a deal with the devil and use a little bit of Goo Gone. And this Goo stuff can get out of control really fast. So I'm just gonna use a Q-tip. Oh my god, it's working like instantly. God, I should have started with this. Oh, this is fantastic. Whatever horrific concoction Goo is, I have to say, it does work exceptionally well. We'll clean it up with alcohol one more time. It might not look like it on camera, but this is significantly cleaner than what we started with. And now we'll put some of the new stuff on. In goes the new heatsink. Put the clip on. And that is it, amigos. Silent GPU upgrade complete. And while we're here, I wasn't originally gonna do this, but I'm gonna take the CPU cooler off as well and just repaste it. I wasn't going to initially because of how much of a pain in the ass it was to get all the goop off, but Goo worked so good that I'm just gonna do that again. So we'll hit this guy with the Goo, then with some alcohol, dry it up, and Bob's your uncle. And I've cleaned all of the goop off of the heatsink, so now we can apply some new stuff, just a tiny little bit. This one kind of scares me because it's direct dye. So that is that. I think I'm now going to pull the power supply out and see if I need to resolder that connection on the AC port. And this scares the shit out of me, because I don't like AC. AC is very spooky. At least I'm fortunate enough to live in the US, where the mains power is only 120 volts. Still enough to kill me, but, you know, I guess it could be worse. No way, did they hold this whole thing on with one screw? I don't see another screw. Oh, nope, there is one more. He is hiding. I'm sure holding it by the thing with all of the warning signs is fine. Okay, this is terrifying. I did press the power button a good couple of times to discharge the capacitors though. Whether or not that is enough is another question, and certainly one that I do not have the answer to. Okay, so here's this. I think this guy's a little loosey-goosey. Yep, okay. I have confirmed the issue. The solder joints are cracked. That's fine though. I should be able to just reflow it and be on my way. Oh, that is some stinky old solder. Oh my god. Ugh. Man, that smells. Original Xbox smoke. Don't breathe this. Okay, that should do it. Actually, upon closer inspection, it's still kind of gross. I'm just gonna pull out the old solder, put new stuff in. Okay, looking good to me. It's always a good thing when your Xbox isn't doing crack anymore. And so before we put this back in, I think now is probably a good time. Oh wow, this thing is really light when there's like nothing in it. Now's a good time to probably take the motherboard out to do the T-SOP soldering. Nope. Oh man, there's some rust in there. Wait, where does that line up with on the board? Right here? That's weird. So this is where the rust is on the board, or on the chassis. But there's no rust here. There's no like liquid damage. There's no capacitor that even could be leaking up there. So I don't know how there's rust there. Is it a concern?
Maybe.
Will I do anything?
No!
But you know what I will do? A little bit of soldering. Holy crap, that's a tiny point. Okay, this is where we're soldering. Those two pins right there. Holy crap, that's tiny. Oh man, I'm way too caffeinated for this one. This is so tiny. I gotta really get in close here, so you guys are gonna be seeing the back of my head for a minute. Okay, I think that'll do it. Does appear to be bridged. Let me test it with my multimeter first. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, there's one more spot I gotta hit. It's here and here. God damn, dude, you can see how shaky my fingers are. Why did I have coffee today? All right, here we go again. About to make lightning strike twice. Bam, done. Let's go. 2 for 2. Didn't lift any pads. Now I'm going to reassemble the Xbox with the original hard drive still, because now we actually have to flash the dang T-SOP. So through the magic of editing, it's all put back together. First things first, let's make sure this thing still works. Okay, so it still boots up. That's good. I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit and see what these temperatures get up to, because that would be very unfortunate if I screwed up the thermal paste somehow. Oh, it's so much quieter now. Still a little bit of noise, but it's mostly from the hard drive. The big fan is actually surprisingly quiet. I was gonna replace it with something else, but it's actually fine. Okay, so the temps are looking really good, so we're just gonna go ahead and keep going then. X-Blast OS time. Huh? It's not true. It's lying. See, it's right there. C BIOS. Maybe it's mad because I have like a billion different BIOSes in here. Okay, I've left only one. This is the one I intend to flash. Let's try again. What? I don't understand. It's not true. It might be mad because I'm booting the application from a different drive, so I'm gonna copy C BIOS to the E partition, which is where I'm booting from. What? I don't understand. Okay, new idea. We are just gonna boot the Hexen disk instead. Oh, no we're not. When I said boot the Hexen disk, I meant boot the contents of it that are already extracted to the hard drive. But now I will boot the actual disk. Okay, TSOP flash chipped Xbox tool. TSOP flash not WinBond. Oh, well this is fancy. Alright, EvoX M8 Plus FNG. Oh boy, here we go. Oh god, I'm spooked. Alright, moment of truth. Maybe? Do I turn it back on now? Oh god. Okay, well it didn't turn back on by itself, so... Oh, look at that! Look at that! I got a cool little badge now. It's official. I'm flashed, baby! Hell yeah, I have ascended to the elite league of TSOP flashing gamers. What is this? Oh, I think it just messed up my theme. There we go. There's my theme. Alright, so that is done. Next item on the list, hard drive upgrade. Okay, it is time to actually install this hard drive now. But before I do that, one more thing. This IDE cable is very slow. This IDE cable is also very slow. However, it's slightly faster than that one. So we gotta put this in there. And the reason that there's even a difference between these two is that if you count the individual strands on here, this is 40 wires, this one's 80. This one just does a little more magical electronic trickery to speed things up. Okay, timeout. Maybe we can't use this. Oh my god. Cool. 20-year-old IDE cables, am I right? Okay, so never mind. This cable's dumb, and it has the ports for this one kind of going down, but then this one, it's going up. And that is not very compatible with how they laid this out. So never mind. However, there is another. There are IDE cables that the community has already tested to make sure that everything works. Like usual, I tend to not do the easy thing, so that's why my life sucks right now, because I think this one might also not be compatible. Okay, I think we can kind of just like strong arm this one. See, I have it folded like all upside down and backwards, but it's fine. Okay, dude, this is not gonna work. Okay, sanity check here. Is the Xbox IDE cable just different? So here's the Xbox one on the left. Here's this one. Okay, it is just different. So there's a little notch on these things, and they don't line up on my cables. Okay, hold on. Check a different IDE cable. Luckily, I've got quite a few of these stupid things lying around. It's not that I mess with IDE all the time, it's that when I'm soldering stuff, you can actually just tear these cables, and then if you need to run like 10 to 15 connections somewhere, you can just tear off 10 to 15 individual wires here, run all your connections in a ribbon so they're all going to the same place. It's very useful for that. So luckily, I've just got tons of these. All I gotta do is find one that matches the Xbox. So that would mean it goes like that. That wouldn't work because this needs to go that way. It needs to go down. Dude, what the heck? All right, something ain't right here. I know people use IDE cables that they find in old computers to do this all the time. After much fucking with it, I think we're good. I ended up using this ridiculously long one, and it should be fine. There is some horrific, like, war crime tier bends in the cable kind of down there because it still doesn't want to go the right direction. But to protect your eyes, I did not show that part on the video. No need to contact your lawyers. I got you covered. We're all good. All right, and I've 3D printed this cool little adapter. This is made to work with this specific IDE adapter, so everything should just kind of fit fine. All right, so that bolts down into there real nice. Luckily, the notch kind of just lines up on this side at least. We're all connected. There we go. Just like that, Bob is still your dad's brother. So now we gotta put in this disk, because there's no OS on this hard drive, so we gotta reinstall it. Oh, very epic. Number 16, service required. Yo, it says Linux right there, what the heck? Why though? Okay, so it booted into Hexen when I put the original hard drive back. So now that I'm to the new disk wizard thing, I'm gonna remove the original drive. No idea if this is gonna work, by the way. Then we plug in the SATA drive. No, it froze. Nothing's working. Damn it. And I did set the jumper to master. So, what the heck? If only those of you who are screaming at me in the comments could just time travel and tell me what to do. I guess I'll take the clinical insanity route and keep rebooting it until something happens. No way. Oh, dude, insanity wins again. No way. Unbelievable. Let's f***ing go. Press both triggers and start button to continue. All data on non-removable disk will be lost. That's what I'm talking about. Incredible. Do you have drive F? Press both triggers and start. Yes, I do have F. Okay, new disk. Okay, I guess we're gonna run through this one more time. Yes, we have F. Okay, and now it's copying over all the dashboard goodies and whatnot. Dude, I am in disbelief that it was genuinely just a joke. A little funny, if you may, that I was just gonna keep rebooting it. I was gonna do that like maybe once or twice, but it actually worked. We are actually copying files right now. My mind is blown. Uh-oh, we're not out of the woods yet. Do you like to view the vlog? Yes. Copy failed. Okay, cool. Oh, it was just one file? Well, hopefully we didn't need that keyboard.xip file, I guess. I'm gonna really hope this is not a foreshadowing moment. Oh my.
The safest and easiest thing, especially for beginners, is to press A to cycle through the standard setup choice.
Oh crap. I accidentally exited the tool. Aw, man. That's not good. Hello? God damn it. Okay. Oh, I was about to power it off. Okay, maybe we can get back to that tool. All right, I found the tool that we were in. I'm just gonna rerun the XBE and hope that it's fine. Okay, we're back. I'm gonna do this, actually. So it's gonna put all of my extra space in one gigantic partition. Actually, no, I'm not, because it froze. Epic, 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 epic. After doing some light reading, turns out I'm a fool because you cannot have one gigantic partition on this thing. You have to have two approximately 1 terabyte partitions. And since I am just an overachiever like that, I also read that they have to be 64 kilobyte clusters. So we're gonna do this. Okay, we'll use 64 kilobyte clusters. I think we're good. Press start. Let's do this. Formatting partitions. We're doing it, we're doing it. And the reason that I'm setting this hard drive up as brand new and not doing a clone from this guy is that over the last 10 years, I've accumulated quite a bit of shit on this thing. Tons of games on here, tons of emulators, random applications, random dashboards. There's just a ton on this thing, so I'm gonna just start fresh. Everything that I wanna transfer back over is saved on my PC anyway. So a lot of my games, I'll just send back over with FTP, send over my ROMs and whatnot. It'll just be nice to start fresh. Okay, so that's supposedly done. Okay, so in theory, that's it. So we'll take the disk out. There we go. We're actually booted into Unleash X with the new hard drive. Big boy, big boy. Okay, I'm gonna button this whole thing back up, transfer over some games, and then we're gonna take a look at the Wingman converter. So here's this guy. So now you may notice that this thing is like a USB flash drive looking type thing. How to plug into Xbox, no USB. That's where you're wrong. So the controller ports on the original Xbox obviously look like this, but all this is a USB port. It's just not the right shape. So you can use an adapter like this one that lets you then plug in USB devices. And then from there, you just plug it into a controller port and you're good to go. And to prove that we're good to go, I've got this guy. So this is just a regular Xbox One controller. It's the Bluetooth variant, as you can see. In theory, we can just kind of put this into pairing mode, do that. Yeah, look at that. This is sick. Oh, wow, this really just works. That's awesome. This almost feels more responsive than the original controller. Maybe it's because this isn't a complete abomination against humanity. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, it lost connection. There we go. That was weird. Oh, wow, even Rumble works. That's awesome. Okay, it seems like for whatever reason, whenever you boot a game or go back to the dashboard, this thing just loses connection. I mean, it's pretty lame, but it's also as easy as just taking a battery out and reconnecting real quick. That's kinda lame, but it is what it is. Oh my god, hold on, look at the rumble. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see that. On the camera preview, it looks like this thing is just like undulating. Hold on. That's bizarre. On the preview, it looks very creepy. I don't like it. But anyway, yeah, this works really good. Other than it disconnecting when you launch another executable, this thing's great. And also, return to dashboard does work. LR, start select. You can go back to the dashboard still with this. It is pretty lame that it disconnects though every single time that you launch something new. See? Let's see, can I just hold this? So I guess you don't have to take a battery out, you can just hold the home button. Dumb, but whatever. I'll live with it. It does make me happy though that I did not install this thing internally because this isn't quite the plug-and-play solution I was hoping it is. It's close, it's really close. Oh, what the heck? Yeah, see, this is what I mean. It's close, but... So Mario 64 for some reason doesn't seem to recognize the controller, which sucks. So yeah, like I was saying, it's not the end-all be-all solution. Let's try another controller. So there's another USB port on the back of this thing. So I'm gonna plug in an Xbox 360 wired controller. Man, this is a hell of an adapter, oh my god. I mean, you could even argue that the breakaway cable is another adapter. Okay, the wired 360 controller works on Mario 64. Oh yeah, this is great. Oh, this is so nice. As much as I like the Duke, it's just because I prefer it over the S controller. I do not prefer it over the 360 controller. And there's no more input lag than normal, I'd say. It feels exactly the same as a normal controller. Okay, we're gonna try something really silly now. No way. This actually works. Oh, okay, they didn't remap A and B, so you have to press the button as if it was an Xbox controller. Still has that disconnect issue. This is actually easier to deal with than on the Xbox 360 controller though, because the Switch controller just turns right off when it disconnects. So all you gotta do is hit a button and then it goes back. Okay, yep. This was the way Half-Life 2 was intended to be played. On the original Xbox at 7 FPS with a Nintendo Switch controller. It doesn't get any more pure than this, folks. Alright, well I think that's gonna be it. Thanks for coming on this journey with me. I'm surprised how well this actually went. I mean, there were some hiccups here and there, but for the most part, kinda just worked. This adapter's cool. I totally recommend this thing. It's not perfect, but I got it for like 40 bucks. It's a nice quality of life upgrade if you've already got, you know, some controller lying around. But that's gonna be it. It'd mean the world to me if you could check out my spring store in the description. I've got all kinds of stupid, wacky designs on there. Or if you want, you can just get a Bringus logo. If you want to talk about stuff like this with other like-minded people, head on over to the Discord. Again, link in the description. And I'll see you in the next one.